Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late, and that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. For the ones who know that a little late is always too late, and that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. From Asthma Core Studios near Detroit, Michigan. It's unregimented.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
And now, here are your hosts.
It's April 2nd. I'm Chris.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Rich.
I filled out my census today. I told them 2 people live here. For now.
Oh. Damn it, I forgot to do that.
It's easy this year,
right?
Yeah, it's easy this time around. In 2020, you can do it on your phone. In fact, it's a little unnerving. The way I did it is I got a text. It was like, hey, this is so-and-so from the census. Click on this link to fill out your census. I was like, oh, I got to do that. But also going, wait, how the fuck did you get my phone number? You know,
the government?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's...
You...
Like is the phone book still well, it's, you know what I guess it was, I guess it's rhetorical at this point,
very
right?
Large organization that you fill out paperwork and send to yearly?
Yeah, I guess it's rhetorical at this point, yeah. But I did it on my phone for 2 people in like under 10 minutes. So you guys probably.
I have absolutely no excuse.
Yeah.
Can I still turn it in tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm not in charge. I heard today was the deadline, though. But hey, I'm willing to bet they might extend it. Call me crazy. They're extending taxes.
Delegate it?
If they're extending taxes, they might extend this.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give it a shot anyway. I meant to. I feel really bad that I didn't do it. I just, been a little distracted.
God, it's your duty. That's what all the paperwork keeps telling me.
So we had another briefing today. Did I miss anything? These come at the prime napping time during our quarantine.
See, for me, they're at dinner time usually. So, yeah, today
I've already eaten and I'm on to my nap.
The Defense Department opened up today. Like today's a long ass briefing. Today was like 2 hours. For some reason, they rambled about Iran and the president from Venezuela, who I think we arrested this week for some reason. I don't know. War on drugs. Blah 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 blah. And
wait, we arrested who?
We did something with the president of Venezuela this week.
We arrested the president? Is that what you said?
Yeah, hold on. And U.S. launches new effort to oust Venezuela's Maduro. Oh, that's what we did. Is we are officially we've charged him with narco terrorism and we're looking for him. That's what we did this week. We officially told him we're looking for him this week.
Narco terrorism.
Yeah.
So that means you have a terrorist plot fueled by the selling of drugs? Well, what terrorist plot isn't?
Accuse them of flooding the U.S. with cocaine and using drugs as a weapon to undermine the health of Americans.
I don't know if you can't prove intent like that. Like, they were just selling us drugs because Americans like cocaine.
Well, apparently the war on drugs, coronavirus doesn't stop the war on drugs. That was the first hour of today's presser.
That was the first hour of it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's a whole hour of just the military. But did this still preempt television?
Yeah, well, that did, and then as soon as they left, television cut away, which... It bugs me because I have to put on Fox News once a day because Fox News is the only channel that plays the whole goddamn presser. Most
Yeah, a lot of people cut away from like the My Pillow guy.
well, essentially,
They're like, he's just going to go on about God. We can run some commercials right now.
well, that too, and most even the local news networks, you generally get the meat and potatoes of the press conference, which is generally you get about the first half hour, and then they cut away. It's always before. It's generally as soon as Trump is done, they cut away, and then Pence starts talking. It's pretty much what happens. So as you see, and which bugs
So the
us-
networks aren't running Pence.
generally no.
You have to go to Fox News.
Yeah, if you want to see the whole presser, you have to put on Fox. They are the only channel, local and national, that runs the whole fucking presser. Bugs the shit out of me. They're getting my rating once a day. But anyway, so yeah, the Defense Department, like I said, for a full hour warmed up for him today, and they talked about, and apparently he talked some shit about Iran, because apparently Iran's talking some shit to Iraq, and they said, if you touch Iraq, we're
the
going to
press corps is booing them, like whipping water bottles at boo, get off the stage.
Yeah.
We want to hear about play coronavirus.
Yeah. Where's Dr. Fauci? You know.
Yeah. Fauci.
Yeah, no, and I'm looking at my wife like, what the fuck is this? That's not why we watch. Exactly. Where's Tony? Where's Debbie?
Is this the same show? Did they get new writers?
Where's my dinner time friends?
Since when is this a military drama?
Yeah. So that happens, and then
You're watching Jag right now? Where's all the busty women at?
yeah.
Where's Catherine Bell?
Which, by the way, I brought this up
shit.
to the wife. Have you guys seen a picture of the current leader of ICE? Like, did they lean in on the sexiness because ICE is not
Current leader of ICE. What is
Or
it
the
like?
guy-
Is this like
I don't know.
Cobra?
The guy who's in charge of
Do
him.
they
I
have
don't
a
know.
commander?
The guy who spoke at the press conference, I was like, are they like,
Chris, no one's seen his face.
well, they saw him today, and he's got
The true leader of ICE.
hypnotic eyes, and he had a 5 o'clock shadow. And I'm like, so because ICE is ICE, did they go, let's just hire somebody super sexy to be in charge of this? So
never
everyone's
seen it.
hypnotized by his handsomeness. Like, no, the guy, like, seriously, he had like he had like a,
I'm not sure where you're getting at. Is he cute or is he creepy?
he's a handsome man.
I almost
He's a
made
good
you
looking,
say it.
he is a good looking man. And he had like the puberty beard Zach Braff had. Rich,
Is
he had
he-
like that going on. I'm like,
Is
I don't
he
want Dr. Puberty Beard.
yeah.
handsome in like a neo-Nazi kind of way?
No, he's handsome and now the spokesman for ICE, Dr. McDreamy. He's handsome like that.
Like he could be on TV. You would throw this guy on the CW and not blink.
Correct. See if I could find a picture of this guy and send it to you.
Well, I believe you.
But he spoke today. I was like, huh. So just because ICE sucks, we're like, hey, we'll put someone really good looking in charge of it. Just when he's on the screen, and we'll forget it's about ICE.
Yeah, it's like Avenue 5. He's not even an official. He's an actor that they got to play the head of ICE.
You know, with this administration, it would not shock me.
Yeah. Yeah, you mean he could have absolutely no credentials? He could be unqualified for his job? That doesn't sound like our administration.
But if his job is being handsome, let me tell you. Nope.
Yeah, that's right. He's
not
knocking
this-
that one out of the park.
All right, so it's not this guy. Who the fuck? I don't know. But he talked today, and he was the guy who represented ICE, and I just went, wow, all right. Applying the Fox News.
Okay, you're going to have to bring me back a little bit too now. What were we talking about that reminded you of how hot the guy from ICE was?
Well, no, it's just he was part of the warm-up today, part of the Defense Department warm-up.
Oh, they brought him out for the.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was like 8 people on the stage, first half of the presser.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's like a Wu-Tang concert.
Kinda. A really white Wu-Tang concert.
And they all the same mic.
At any point did the ghost of ODB come out and say, Wu-Tang's for the children?
Well, that's the thing.
No.
At least Wu-Tang, they all have their own mics. You're not sharing.
Yeah.
Spreading disease, I guess is what I'm getting at. Anyway.
Well, again, they don't. Even Dr. Fauci doesn't social distance. Y'all watch them on the stage; they are all clearly not within 6 feet of each other.
Well, they've all been tested too, so they're all high-fiving each other backstage.
That's true. Yeah, the poor people are getting this. We're good. So, and then the point of today's presser was it's been reported by several news agencies. brace yourselves, guys. China was lying.
Yeah, I mean, who could have known?
Yeah, exactly. There's actual audio of all of our reactions. What?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My silence was because my jaw was on the floor.
Yeah, yeah. You couldn't think of any words to say. You were so speechless.
Yes. Are we still talking about the same China?
Yeah.
That's not the China I know.
Yeah, like China? Come on. Oh, no, what do they say? Wait, what's the cliche line they always say? Oh, he was so normal. I'm trying to think of the serial killer's neighbor. I'm just trying to think of all the lines people always say. Oh, he was a loner. He was quiet. Or he always seemed so normal. What else? Yeah. So apparently China wasn't telling the truth about the number of cases they had at the beginning. Shocker. You mean they realized they had the brewing of a pandemic in their country and they wanted to keep a lid on it at the beginning?
Well, how did they find this out, though?
According to Bloomberg and the BBC, it's saying U.S. intelligence. So doesn't that generally mean the CIA, if it's international anyway?
Well, yeah. Yes, that would be U.S. intelligence.
So, I mean, again, are we all surprised? No. Color us not shocked. Because and it makes sense. Because, too, it's the shit they've been trying to pull the last week. Oh, no, it's crazy. The U.S. spread this throughout the world. No. It's like we have the receipt. We know this came from there. You can't say we did this.
Look, it came from China. Okay, whatever. We'll deal with that when and if we get around to it. How about we deal with the fact that fucking the whole world's in lockdown first? Then we'll worry about getting the economy back up on its fucking feet when we come out of lockdown. Then we'll worry about who we're going to point the finger at and wave our dicks in their face and say,
it's not necessarily just about pointing the finger, though, because if you're looking at what happened in China as a way to prepare for what's coming, then you've got false information and you're not fully prepared.
It means those
so
data models are highly flawed.
So it does matter that we verify this information now so that we don't go into this. In the New York Post story on this, we find this quote on it. Because what they're talking about is, according to, Deborah Birx, the doctor diplomat who's leading the White House response to COVID-19, made it clear at the briefing this week, when you looked at the China data originally, you start thinking that this is more like SARS than you do a global pandemic. So that's the problem, is that, but certainly the White House's sources of information weren't solely just coming from the Chinese government. So, I know that they're trotting this out there like this is supposed to save them. Like, hey, nobody knew this was this bad. China was lying to everyone. We know that the U.S. was warned about that this could be a pandemic from sources other than just with the Chinese data. But it's still important. It's still something that, we are tracking and trying to model responses off of.
Yeah, and
because that's our, China's saying they're past it, right?
Yeah,
they're opening up the fucking bat markets again.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to get the economy going. They say they're coronavirus free. We don't even know if that's true. I would imagine that's not true as well. So if we start modeling after them going through a 3-month period or however long it was of purging this virus and think that we're going to do that, then we're going to be fucked.
Yeah, and it makes me look at that South Korea data and go, so is that right? Because the South Korea data generally follows the pattern that China's does. So it makes me wonder, is that a big pile of bullshit now? It just makes me just wonder, is all this China data a big pile of bullshit?
But you're still right in your sentiment, Rich. I agree with you that the finger pointing time, that's not right, but that's not what we're really talking about. When Trump wants to talk about the Chinese virus and he wants to blame China for this, just fucking let him, right? Haven't we already established this? He's racist. He's going to blame other people. Like, let's move on. You're really going to continually press him on this issue instead of let's get the real doctors up there. Let's talk some raw numbers. Let's not waste any more time even even humoring our president in the finger pointing, because then you're just adding to it, right? You're just going to point fingers back at the president, and then he's going to fire back at you. He calls you fake news.
Well, you're playing his game at that point.
Right. You're letting him serve when you shouldn't even be volleying with this idiot. He's not an expert on anything that we want to hear about right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not watching the presser every day for him. I'm watching the presser every day for Tony and Debbie. You know, Dr. Fauci's my new best friend when I'm eating dinner every day. So, but I'm with you, Aaron. Like that, so far, that's because this thing showed up in December. All we've got so far is the data that we've been fed where this has already been, and now we're finding out that's bad data. Well, we're going, well, shit. Well, now we're. To paraphrase our governor from last week, we're now building the car or what did she say? We're building the car as we're driving it? Something like that?
Yeah, that's pretty much. We're like Bugs Bunny. Remember when Bugs Bunny has to change the tire on the mobster's car? And they have to take off. And so he ends up, they're pointing a gun to his head while he's holding up the other side of the axle and running alongside the car.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's like when I read that story, my first thing wasn't like political, like no, it was like, God damn it means all that data is flawed. That was the first thought that I had.
We've been talking about false numbers. We've been just blowing hot air this whole time.
Yeah,
and getting back to this the New York Post story that I was reading, they say that the data is also back. It's not just the U.S. intel. A Radio Free Asia analysis found Wuhan's official death toll of 2,535 may be understated by a factor of 20. It reported 7 mortuaries were handing families 500 funeral urns a day for well over a week.
Yeah, I read that too. What was it? Urn production was up.
One took shipment of 5,000 urns in just 2 days.
Yeah, I think I saw that last night after the show. Yeah, that something like urn production was up, and make people go, huh? And it was around the time where they were starting to say, "Hey, everything's leveling off. It's crazy."
Yeah, and certainly there's a downside of this. Is that, like, more people are going to panic now because, this is just. I mean, obviously. We should know not to trust data from China. But when we're just talking about number of people dying, you figure these are statistics that you can fairly trust. And it's just going to put a lot of more questions and fear into the air. Maybe it works to our advantage in the way that people are going to look at this and go, oh shit, this is more serious than anyone thought. And I'm going to do my part to make sure that I'm not spreading it.
Yeah, because I mean... what did we hear all for the first month of this? 2% mortality, 2%. Well, every day I'm watching the news. It's been 4.5%, 5% worldwide, man. And now, granted, you got Italy in there with their 10% just fucking the curve all up. But still, I mean, it is definitely in Michigan. We crossed over 2% today. We're at like 2.05.
Right.
Unregimented.
ChristopherMedia.net.
If you're looking for COVID-19 testing, look into Quest, the lab that's processed over 25 million tests and counting. You can get the same test hospitals use without a doctor visit. Simply order online, select from drive-through or at-home options, and get results sent securely to your phone or computer. It's experience and accuracy you can trust from Quest, the largest medical testing lab in the country. So order today at questcovid19.com. That's questcovid19.com.
Reinvent yourself at UCLA Extension. Explore continuing education programs to enhance and expand your skill set. Gain real-world skills taught by industry experts that you can apply immediately. Learn from anywhere and choose from a wide variety of online courses in entertainment, digital technology, business, engineering, and more. Winter quarter begins January 4th. Learn more at uclaextension.edu.
As much as life has changed over the last year, you're still pretty busy. So consider convenient COVID-19 testing from Quest. Get the same tests hospitals use without a doctor visit. Simply order online, select from drive-through or at-home options, and get results sent securely to your phone or computer. It's a great fit for your busy life. With over 25 million COVID-19 tests processed, you can count on Quest. So order your test today at questcovid19.com.
ChristopherMedia.net.
Unregimented.
So we're third in number in the states, right?
In
for
actual
number of deaths.
Actual number of deaths, yes.
In
as
actual
of
number of deaths.
when we started recording, yes. By the time we post this, who the fuck knows?
And Michigan ain't as densely packed as a lot of these other areas either.
No.
Especially you're talking Wayne County. It ain't nearly as packed as it used to be.
Yeah, but I was reading, shocking, all of pretty much, I think it was 80-something% of the cases in Michigan are in Macomb, Oakland, and Wayne counties.
Yeah. I was looking at a map earlier that was just all around me.
Couldn't one argue that's also where like 80-something% of the people are in the state? Is it like 4 million people are, 4 million of our 10 million people are in this area?
It's also where 80% of the idiots are.
Yes. Absolutely. Like now,
it's where 80% of the flags attached to cars are.
I'll tell you, it's increasing my anxiety about going out. The more Detroit becomes a hot spot, anytime, like my once a week shopping trip's like son of a bitch, and it's like, yeah, people deliver things now, but at the same time, I got a 71-year-old mom with diabetes. Like, she's gonna need shit. I've already had to make a couple runs for her. And it's just like everything else in life. It ain't me that I'm worried about. It's the fucking other retards around me when I go out that I'm worried about. It's when I go to I've bitched about it a million times. It's when I go to the grocery store, people don't give a fuck. If you're in their way, they're just gonna, with their mask on and their gloves, they're just gonna come, oh, I need that. Like, you asshole, I'll move. It's that mentality. And I sent you guys that article today, too, for the USA Today article, so I know it's McPaper, so take it for what it is. But the article that said, the gist of the article said, here's what China did, and in the United States, we probably don't have, it's racist. The first thing I thought of, you don't have the marbles. It's pretty much was the point of this article. It was saying the United States.
Huevos?
Yeah, I was saying the United States to do what China did. No, you're too steeped in your individualism and your personal liberty to do what China did. So have fun with this. It was pretty much the point of the article.
Yeah, well, first of all, remember, children in cages? The minute they start splitting up sick parents from their sick kids, that's when the shit hits the fan in this country.
Well, no, that is what they're doing. I mean, people are...
Yeah, that's what that article was saying. Like, yeah, damn right we were separating families.
No, I know that. Mm-hmm. To me, that's the line. If you crossed in the U.S., the shit hits the fan.
That is happening. You have to be quarantined. If you're showing symptoms, you test positive for the disease, they take you to the hospital, put you on a ventilator, and they test the rest of your family. If they test negative, they stay at home. You stay in the hospital until you die or get better.
I haven't heard that, but okay.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. There's been tons of stories, heart-wrenching stories that I've heard on the radio.
Oh, yeah,
from people who their loved ones died and they could not see them.
Yeah, I've seen.
It's not like they even have the Bubble Boy system set up. You can't go in and reach your hands into some plastic gloves and touch them. You can't even go in the building.
It's telling, your relatives are going to die alone. You can't even be at their funeral.
That's how most people are dying. It's certainly ones that are going to the hospitals. They're dying around other patients, nurses, and doctors. That's it. That's the only people that are in there, patients, nurses, and doctors.
Well, I think what Rich is referring to is, China was talking about, the police were going around to houses and simply going, you're yanking people. They were talking about what they had crazy facial recognition software everywhere to determine a person's risk walking into somewhere. I mean, you could only go shopping on certain days. Like, they just talked about all kinds of shit that we just know that would just, let's face it, a lot of it, you'd cross the Mason-Dixon line and people would just go, hell no.
I do believe that. Yeah. I mean, if it came down to a total a complete martial law lockdown over this shit, like there's plenty of places in this country that just would not have it.
Dude, fuck, you go south of 8 Mile. There'd be plenty of people. Don't even have to pick on. Don't even have to pick on the South.
I didn't say South.
No, I'm picking on me. I'm talking about me picking on the
plenty
South.
Of places in this country.
You look at the numbers of people infected in Detroit and the videos of people posting barbecues at parks and shit, thinking I'm like, well, you add in the fact that area has no health care, blah, 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 blah. I'd just pretty much say you got a contingent of people that live in Detroit proper who think, I ain't having this. Fuck this.
Dude, I saw...
Well, do some quick math. All the ventilators are taken. All the rooms in Henry Ford are taken. So you're going to die. You get sick enough that you need medical treatment, you will die at home.
Yeah, but this...
There's nowhere to put you.
Yeah, but this is going on before they were making that noise, though. I mean, we were talking last week about parties being busted up. And I could it's got to be a mentality thing, too, because
I'm not following you. Wait, back that up.
Well, you're saying, well, there's no...
Who was making what noise about what parties?
They were busting up parties and shit. The cops were busting up parties and shit last week before they've been making noise about we're running out of hospital rooms and ventilators. Like the mentality was out there before we go, well, there's not a hospital room for me. Fuck it. I'm just going to do what I do. I saw a meme on Facebook last week. It said, it's posted by a black person, so it's not racist. It said, black people, if you think quarantining means only hanging out with people you know. Like, if that's the mentality, I mean, I understand why it's spread in the inner cities.
I think it's kind of... Well, that's just a mentality that's like... I think that's more like economic, man.
Yeah, it's about, I don't have enough money to go out and buy 2 weeks worth of groceries, so I'm going out more often.
Like, dude, yeah. I deliver to a very poor, predominantly white area. And, I mean, it's just as bad as going into Inkster as far as people hanging out. And it's like seeing like a group of like 15 kids all under the age of 10 playing together. I'm like, the fuck are you people doing? Seriously?
Yeah, that's why I'm getting really disgusted with these videos about, I'm going to film myself inside a huge house that is fully stocked, where I could hide out for 6 months and not have to leave. I'm filthy rich, and I'm going to put a message out to save the people. Stay at home. Just don't go out. And... Poor people, life doesn't grind to a halt that easily for them. You're doing shit on it. You've got shit worked out where you've got to do shit on a daily basis. Here's the day that I get to go to my doctor. Here's the day that I get to do my grocery shopping. That'll get me enough groceries to get maybe 4 or 5 days. And then I got to go out again. And not only that, I can't get all my shit from one place. I can't just go to some local superstore, not worry about the price, and just pile everything that I want into a cart. I've got some system worked out. There's certain shit that I go to Aldi's for. There's certain shit that I go to Saturn for. They got a sale on this shit over here. I've got coupons that are only good for this place. If you've got a tight fucking budget, man, you can't just bust that open because somebody says don't leave your house. Especially not if you're renting and there's not, I mean, sure, the mortgages, they want to make sure those are protected because those collapse to market. Renters, fuck them. They'll figure it out. You can block evictions for a few months, but they'll catch up with them eventually.
Oh.
So mentality, there may be a mentality, but it's much more economic situation than it is mentality. And part of that mentality stems from the reality of their situation.
As we're recording this on the 1st of April, I've drove past at least one house where an eviction had happened because everything was on the front, in the front yard, stacked up haphazardly, willy-nilly, and picked through because it wasn't one of those neighborhoods.
Yeah, yep. but Rich, come on, if it's at that point, it isn't day 3. If the shit's on the lawn, you're at what, day 90 something? This was something this is something that was in motion.
Like 6 months.
Oh, yeah, this was something that was in motion before the last 2-3 weeks. If the shit's on the lawn.
I get your point, but still, it's like didn't stop that eviction. All this. Oh, they're gonna defer rent payments or whatever, mortgage payments and all this shit. We're not going to evict you during this process. Somebody got evicted during the process of dealing with the coronavirus. I don't care if it started before or after. That's now. Let's be very, very generous and say that's one more person on the street walking around with no place to stay inside of, bumping into people, probably going from person's house to person's house looking for help that she knows and being turned away, turned down.
Part of the problem with this, though, is that it's just the way that things are structured, right? So the federal government has a lot more say in what kind of mortgages happen in this country, especially since 2008. And so they can say, hey, we're going to do something about mortgage payments so that it doesn't collapse the market. They don't have that power. They wouldn't even know where to start with renters. It's all over the place. It's everything from a person who owns an extra house and rents it out to somebody else to corporations that own multiple properties. So when it comes to actual assistance for rent, it comes down to your local government, really. I don't even think at a state level they can call a moratorium on rents.
Well, actually, if you really want it, and it's an industry that fucking owes us, it's on the banks. Because all renters are doing is paying somebody's bank note. So really it's going to get down to the banks that it comes back to mortgages. The banks that hold these liens, that hold these mortgages. Hey, if you forgive the guys who hold the mortgages, they're going to be more likely to forgive the people that are renting to them.
That is true.
It's the world's shittiest snowball.
Yeah, but I wouldn't bet on on banks being forgiving.
Because trust me, I'm working.
Usually their strong suit.
I'm working with people right now who are trying to deal with their landlords, and their landlords are telling them, "Hey, my bank isn't giving me a break, so I'm not giving you a break." That's literally what one person was told.
Yeah, no, I believe it. It makes sense. I completely understand that.
So I mean, it's really on the banks here, and you owe us, assholes.
But it's also different with commercial property than it is with individuals. You have commercial property owners and people renting commercial space have more weight to toss around than one dude. Yeah,
because they're generating revenue. They have that. But I'm just saying, again, if you be reductionist about it, it's all like, hey, you're paying somebody's note. Talk to the person holding the note.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, you can follow the money all the way up the chain. All I was trying to illustrate is that if you're a renter and you're looking for assistance, you should be looking to your local government. Those are the only people who can actually help you with this.
Yeah, I guess I saw something at Cleveland. Mayor of Cleveland went, no, we're not doing this for a minute. LA did it. New York did it.
And that's the thing. There is relief that property owners can get. So, the federal government, if the property owners play this right, then the federal government will make sure that they're whole at the end of the day.
We talked about last night, whatever. If you own a business, right, they are handing out free money. Do what you got to do, and then give your people a break. Technically, if you're a landlord, you're a business. There's relief out there for everything right now, for everything. If you are a job creator, quote unquote, or a revenue generator.
Yeah, they're doing so you have to offer 2 weeks of sick leave if you have somebody that worked for you that tested positive for coronavirus. It goes up to 10 weeks. So you do 8 weeks family leave and the 2 weeks sick.
Yep, and then you get that money back.
And you're required to pay out, I think it was at least 75% of their normal pay. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to pay them out for that period. But everything that you pay out on that sick pay, on that family leave, and anything that you pay your employees while you're shut down, if you have to shutter your business for a number of weeks, but want to keep your employees on staff and you pay them, all of that shit, everything that I've talked about that paid out to employees, 100% claimable on your taxes. The government's going to reimburse you all of that.
Yep. There's a system there. There's a system out there right now, and just work it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there could be some small businesses out there that end up in a better spot at the end of this. You know, it allowed them to put everything on pause for a little bit and catch their breath. They retain their employees. They are not getting in trouble with the bank. It's just all hinged on us getting the economy back up and running in a smooth fashion.
Yeah, too bad it's not going to be till fucking July.
Unregimented.
ChristopherMedia.net.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late, and that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As much as life has changed over the last year, you're still pretty busy. So consider convenient COVID-19 testing from Quest. Get the same tests hospitals use without a doctor visit. Simply order online, select from drive-through or at-home options, and get results sent securely to your phone or computer. It's a great fit for your busy life. With over 25 million COVID-19 tests processed, you can count on Quest. So order your test today at questcovid19.com.
ChristopherMedia.net.
Unregimented.
Yeah, so what Michigan extended, so Whitmer is looking to extend the time period for the declaration of a disaster or something like that. I'm saying this really weird, but I don't know.
Oh, she did till June 10th, or the disaster declaration. So this has nothing. This doesn't relate directly to a stay-at-home period. No, the stay-at-home order is a different thing.
Right. So the stay-at-home order now has been extended, though, hasn't it? Since it was originally announced, or has it always been the 14th? Yeah, 2 more weeks of this shit.
We are currently in week 2. Week 3 would be next week because it was 21 days. My guess is she's got a town hall tomorrow. And my guess is that's what she'd go, and no school. Because if you look at the president's guidelines, go till April 30th. She only canceled school till May 6th. So you're at least getting till the end of April, kids. My guess is she's just going to say
she's declaring an emergency till June. So what's the point of trying to get the kids back to school?
Yeah. Well, it's just to make sure you can get eligible for the government money by doing that as well.
What?
This was the first thing that she did. She did this on March 3rd, like as soon as there was
disaster relief funds. That's what you're talking about? Yes.
Correct.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, like this is an extension of the first absolute thing that she did as soon as there was like a case in Michigan. She's like, and disaster area. So, which by the way, I got no qualms with the job she's done through all this, but I laugh at the nickname Trump gave her, and not that woman from. It's just because sometimes some of the simple jokes are funny. You go, half Whitmer.
Oh, half Whitmer.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
every time I hear it, I chuckle.
Whitmer would have been better, I think, but half Whitmer, that's not bad.
It's chuckle worthy. The first time I heard it, was chuckle worthy. Like, it wasn't bad. You know, sometimes simplicity and humor is the best.
Yeah, but there needs to be some truth there, and this is a person that, whether you agree with Whitmer or not, you know she's 10 times smarter than our president.
Yeah, political. Political, ideologically. Jesus Christ, why can't I remember words tonight?
It's not. I don't think it qualifies as a good joke.
Yeah, she comes across as smart.
I think it's just good zinger.
Yeah.
It's a decent zinger, but not really a good joke because there's no meat on that bone.
Yeah, like I said, it's good for a chuckle. Like, I wasn't like, oh my God, it's the best thing I've ever heard, and laugh for 10 minutes. Yeah, it's a chuckle. Like
uncharacteristically witty for him.
It was like, hey,
makes me think somebody might be assisting him on his tweets.
Yeah, it was like, hey, every now and then, Donnie, you have a good one. It was kind of that. Like, all right. Which, by the way, he trotted out Sleepy Joe again today.
I wonder if he does bounce these things off of his staff. You need a nickname for that nasty woman from Michigan.
Which I got
the Whitman, trying to do something with the Whitman sampler right now, but it's just not That's coming into fruition.
And then they're like, sir, the young Republicans have to know what you're referring to. Candies that 80-year-olds know it's not exactly the home run we're looking for.
They call her Governor Whippet. Whippet good.
That's too young, sir. Too young in the wrong party. I think I got his reading meter down, though. When he reads, this is the meter that he reads in. He has no expression. He reads in this cadence. Like, I've watched him enough to, like, you can tell when he's reading. Report. Like, you could tell when he's reading, and you could tell when he goes off script. You could hear it in his voice.
I've said for a while, he's like that kid in class that just reads at that monotone.
Yeah.
Like when we were in grade school and they call on the kid to read and he just reads like this.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, this is the best shit to go to sleep to. Go ahead, dude. Like, you serious? Like, and it's obvious. That's why I said that's when this shit first scared me, was like, oh fuck, he's on page, he's on teleprompter. Like when this shit first came out, his first few little speaking about this shit, there was none of the Trumpisms, and it's beautiful. It's and waving hands and shit. And that's why I was like, okay, this is a little scary now.
The only thing that separates him from the 12-year-old kid reading his book report is that he actually takes breaths during the periods.
Yeah.
And doesn't just stop in the middle of a sentence. And then the man found the dog, and then he returned the dog to the lady, and the lady thanked him and gave him $10.
Yeah. Rich, you're right, though, man. Should we be concerned? I haven't heard "Believe Me" in a while. It means shit is real. He hasn't asked us to believe him in a long time. Although, no, I think he dropped one a couple. I think every now and then, I think that's a lie. Because I think every now and then when he's talking about how the economy is going to come back, it's going to come back big, believe me.
Italy.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful.
Big league.
Beautiful. Yeah, I've actually heard.
I think it's big league. That's like 1982. Nobody says that shit. Describe something as big league.
Doesn't he say bigly? Not big league?
I think he
said
meant
bigly. We're going to be winning bigly.
Or maybe we started saying big league and then it just turned into bigly.
I think he's just a mush mouth motherfucker.
Yeah. And
people just hang on his every word because it's like they're fucking worshiping a cult, man. It's like, calm down. But seriously, everything he does, just his supporters, boy, they eat that shit up, man. I wish I had a built-in audience like that.
Yeah, today he said that he thinks one of the saddest things of this whole thing is that people can't go to church. Like, all I do is just roll my eyes. Mandy laughs, and she's like, "What?" She's like, "It's entertaining." I'm like, "Why does he say that?" I'm like, "Because it's first a goddamn bass." Like, remember, he's a red tie. He's got to. God has. I think if you claim Republican, God's got to come up once a speech somewhere somehow. Adam Schlesinger died from the COVID-19. Lead singer Fountains of Wayne.
Yeah, one of those bands that they definitely had more hits, or not hits, but songs I knew than I thought I did.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was
because I've been seeing people talking and posting about it, and I'm like, oh, I remember that song. Damn, they actually okay.
Yeah, he had quite a bit of success just as a songwriter.
He was a writer. Like the crank. I know he wrote the Crank Yankers theme. Don't ask me why the fuck I know that, but I know that.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah,
Fountains of Wayne had a song on Scrubs, and then I guess he had a song on Scrubs, like him doing an acoustic thing. So when I heard those two songs, I was like, okay, that's all right, cool.
But he was also he wrote That Thing You Do.
Oh, that's right.
Did he write that song?
Yes. Yeah, he was the guy who wrote all the songs for that band.
Yeah, all the fake Beatles songs for that
the
movie.
Oneaters.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in the Weeds.
The Wonders.
So, and he was in a band with that I did not know. He's in with Bunny Carlos and God damn it, go away, pop up. Fuck off. I have to try and read this article through the hole in the pop up because it won't go away. Oh, Taylor Hanson, James Iha, and Bunny Carlos. What the fuck?
How you get those 4 people in a room in the first place?
Yeah, right? So,
Okay.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, what was the name of this band? No, it's not. I want to hear it. Like, because what could this even sound like? It's called the Tinted Windows.
Huh. I'm going to have to check that out. Won 3 Emmys. He won 3 Emmys. One of them for, I guess he was writing songs for Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Yeah. Here's Tinted Windows.
Wow, it's so 90s.
It's from 2009.
It's still 90s.
Yeah. You can tell that's James Iha. Or Iha, or however you're supposed to say. That's his guitar sound.
Oh, yeah, totally. I can tell through Skype. That guy's probably, it sounds like some lace sensors on a Strat.
Okay.
That sounds all right. I'm going to have to check that out. I mean, that would make a great theme song.
Yeah, like it's exactly.
I don't know.
It's all right.
I don't know if it's something that I would put on when I wake up in the morning unless I was in a movie.
in a getting ready for work montage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But it's you guys,
right?
Have you seen anything
Give
further?
myself a shampoo mohawk. I'm sliding across the floor of my socks.
Get the shaving cream bra.
Yeah, there you go.
It said, I don't know if you guys saw anything further. I just sent you I read the article that I read you. It said he died from complications of this. So it wasn't just this. I don't know if you guys heard anything further, read anything further.
I think complications is this isn't pneumonia, but it can weaken your immune system to you catch pneumonia easily, and it really kicks your ass. So I mean, that would be a complication technically.
Dude, I'm not afraid to put my hand above my neck anytime I leave the house. It probably shouldn't be watching the news all day, huh?
It doesn't help, man. It really doesn't.
Oh, the other band that he was in that I actually I forgot to mention my favorite project that Adam Schlesinger was in, Ivy. You never heard of the band?
I've heard of it.
A female singer. I believe she was French. It was a trio. I don't know. I think that, what was the first album called? Apartment Life? Or am I mixing that up with something else? I think that was it. Really good, I mean, it's not as like big guitar heavy stuff as like, what we just heard from what was it, Tinted Windows?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or The Fountains of Wayne. No. Oh, yeah. This is Ivy?
Yes.
It sounds like fucking Astera or one of those shitty trip hop things from the 90s.
It did come out in 2000. So that's right in that zone. Yeah, you're right. It's Astero. What else? Yeah. Portishead. Yeah, it's got that sound.
Yeah, this sounds like that. A lot of their other stuff that I've heard is more kind of Saint Etienne type of pop, like a little bit of techno in there sometimes.
This sounds like I would have smoked a bunch of weed to it 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the song for your drug montage. When you go on a bender and then like people, you have that shot where you sit still on a beanbag and people come in and out of your house at like a really fast pace.
Oh no, that sounds like a deleted scene from Garden State. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's from Apartment Life.
Yeah, that's my shit right there. Like, if you like the Sundays, but wanted a little bit slicker version of it.
This is Big Sonic Heaven music. That's what this is.
Yeah, totally, yeah. Oh, God, me and my friend Derek had such a crush on Liz.
My ex-girlfriend at the time was an appointment listener to that show.
Yeah.
It was all right. Like I said, it was good to listen to on Sunday night and smoke a whole bunch of weed, too. It's probably what it was for. You go 90s stoners.
But yeah, all that shit that Adam Schlesinger was involved in, he wrote and created a lot of really great music, and he died too soon. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, 52. I'm 40. It's a little close to home. Like, Jesus, people are starting to be. Well, too. I'm starting to hear about people younger than me having heart attacks. Like, gee, what? Oh no. The worst. Oh my God, the worst is today. I saw a commercial for a drug. It was clearly aimed at our age group. It was clearly for people our age, for something that happens to people our age, because they made an Elevator song of a Supergrass song. So it was that, and it was definitely a chick our age, and it was for an arthritis drug. And as soon as I realized
what Supergrass song would anyone even remember?
It was, I don't know hold on. I don't know the name of the song, but like as soon as I hear it, trust me, as soon as we all hear it, we'll be like, yes, we've all heard this song a million times. We just don't know the name of it.
And it was used for a commercial for
an arthritis drug. Yeah, this song. It was this song.
Well,
exactly. We've all heard
right. That was
exactly. We've
they
all
used
heard
that
this song.
for a theme for something.
Yeah.
For a show. That's why everyone knows it.
There's the
That's
elevator
right,
music version of this for an arthritis commercial, and the woman was our age, and I went, "What the fuck? Come on, really?" Oh, it was just a moment I had today where I was like, "God damn!"
That's not the first commercial they've used this song for either.
Well, no, it's been used before, but again, when we were younger. I'm just saying, it was for an arthritis. I was like, "Oh no, this is." I told Mandy, I was like, "Oh, this is like when they make the commercials with the songs from the 60s and they have the people like 20, 30 years older than us. God damn it. This is the first one for our age group." I think that's why I had the hard time with it. In 10 years, we're going to be hearing elevator versions of fucking Black Hole Sun while they're trying to sell us penis pills.
You really don't have to wait that long, actually.
When I hear the elevator version of Even Flow while they try to sell me blood pressure medication.
I don't know if I'd call them elevator versions, but they're definitely instrumental, like kind of sappy versions. The first season of Westworld, they would take all these.
Oh yeah, I did the player piano versions of everything.
Yes.
That was we did a segment on that on the Weedsman. That was cool for like 30 seconds.
I'm just picturing Eddie Vedder now he's hawking a line of like, I don't know, pills that help you pee better.
Whatever.
Right?
No, whatever. Pick,
or Even Flow.
Or just pick a drug company and sell them alive. You know, the end. You know, it's all purpose. Sell alive to Pfizer and count your money, Eddie Vedder. They could use it for everything. All right. Well, I guess the show is no longer alive. We got enough. So thanks everybody who's listening. New listeners, welcome. Old listeners, you're the OGs. Thanks for sticking by us. Either one of you, if you like the show, please share it. Tell a friend. If you've stumbled across it and you're like, these guys are cool, I dig this, tell somebody. That's how this works. You can rate us. You can review us. You can give us a little bit of money if you so choose with the donate button on ChristopherMedia.net. There's also an Amazon banner. If you're going to be ordering something online, which I'm sure everyone is now till the end of time. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, ChristopherMedia.net. Something I'm probably leaving out. Thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Later, guys.
unregimented.
ChristopherMedia.net.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late. And that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're looking for COVID-19 testing, look into Quest, the lab that's processed over 25 million tests and counting. You can get the same test hospitals use without a doctor visit. Simply order online, select from drive-through or at-home options, and get results sent securely to your phone or computer. It's experience and accuracy you can trust from Quest, the largest medical testing lab in the country. So order today at questcovid19.com. That's questcovid19.com.
ChristopherMedia.net.
If you like this show, please tell a friend. Please make sure to rate and comment on all your favorite Christopher Media shows. Please follow us on Twitter and like and share us on Facebook. You can subscribe to all ChristopherMedia.net shows for free on ChristopherMedia.net. Thank you for listening, and thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.